tell me what to do.
Apparently, the audio for everything else wasn't going out to the stream.
What do you mean?
So, like the intro music and all of that shit. Yeah, it didn't go out. Hi, everybody.
Oh, nice. We're off to a great start. I feel like I'm all positioned weird.
But yeah, everybody says hi. Hi, everybody. All right, I don't know why it's broken, but hello, everybody. Hello, Ogres, and welcome to episode 182. We'll just get this shit show started. I'm your host. Wait, I've got to do the other part. Thank you for joining us, as always, on this net neutral Thursday evening, Earth Day, February 7th, 2019. I'm your host, Remington Hitchcock. With me, as always, my co-host, Brendan Full. Say hello, Brendan.
Everything is chaos.
Everything is beautiful. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's everybody doing out there in chat land? Good, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't bring up the other chat for us to actually be able to see. Because it's so far away. I'm working on getting another monitor for y'all's so we can see your chat a little closer so it doesn't have to be a mile and a half away from us.
I'm thinking about going back to taking my notes in a notebook.
Yeah?
That way I can have my phone up for the Twitch chat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, once I want to get a little monitor and I want to stick it right here. That way we can see everybody. And everybody can, we don't miss anything.
Yeah.
Because as it stands, I have to pull out the pop-out chat from Twitch and then blow it up real big using like Control Plus. And it's a big pain in the ass. And you can only see like 2 or 3 lines before it's off the screen.
Yeah.
So,
but it works.
Yeah, it works well enough.
We keep up on the chat pretty well, I think.
Mm-hmm. That and once we actually get into the meat and potatoes of things, we don't necessarily want to be focusing exclusively on the chat.
Yeah.
So, minimize that. Let's go ahead and minimize that since it's being a butthead. And then make sure that that's doing what I want it to do. All right, cool.
That picture.
That picture. We'll get to that picture.
Yeah.
You guys can't see it yet, but we'll get there. Very excited for it.
Yeah, you were very tickled by that.
I am. I'm super excited to talk about this story. So, how have you been?
I've been doing okay.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Just roughing it out there in the frozen Canadian tundra?
Basically, yeah.
We're not even Canadian. Don't lie to the people.
You... Well, you flipped that around real fast on me. We're not even Canadian, you piece of shit. Don't lie.
I'm just making sure you keep it up. Been doing anything exciting? Any new games? Any old games that you've been... How about Kingdom Hearts? Did you get Kingdom Hearts?
I did.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts.
I've been playing the shit out of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How is it?
I don't want to talk about it.
You son of a bitch.
No, Kingdom Hearts 3 is a lot of fun. I mentioned the last time we recorded, I played one some. I didn't really play two because I couldn't get past the amount of fucking cutscenes there were.
Yeah.
And it was hard for me to suspend my disbelief when they keep talking about Mickey Mouse. Like, oh, King Mickey, we have to revere King Mickey. It was just a little stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seemed a little dumb.
Because Mickey is the king?
Mickey Mouse is the king in the
Right.
world of Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, why wouldn't he be the king?
Well,
Like,
it makes sense that he's the king. It
you
was
just don't like it?
I just didn't like that they're like, oh, King Mickey. It just made me feel like a baby, like I was playing a baby game.
Okay.
It made me feel stupid.
So it's not the fact that, the mouse is the king. It's just that he was like, King Mickey.
Yeah, exactly. Tickle, tickle.
Yuck, yuck. King Mickey. All the biddies. Thank you, Chillin', for the biddies. 500 biddies, man. Somebody's feeling generous.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean I have to do a strip show for you? Because I think it's against the Twitch terms of service.
You can't be shirtless on Twitch?
No, you cannot.
Oh, okay.
Men are not supposed to be shirtless because women can't be either.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, I lean the other way. I think if men can be shirtless, then women should also be allowed to be shirtless.
Oh, no, I agree with that as well. Believe me, I agree with that.
Oh, yes. That's right. Double standards and
double D's.
Quit talking about my boobies. I know I've got some moobs, but doesn't mean you need to make reference to them. Now I know how everybody feels.
What do you mean?
Well, just talking about my boobs.
How I'm just staring at them?
Yeah.
Just all like licking my fingers?
Yes.
Like a creep?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's all terrifying.
So Kingdom Hearts 3,
yeah.
Speaking of boobs, is... There's no nudity in Kingdom Hearts 3, much to my chagrin.
Obviously.
Because it's rated E, I think?
For everyone?
T? I don't remember what it's rated. That's inconsequential. I was trying to make a joke that failed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. The story, there's so much story that goes along with Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
But they've managed to kind of wrap up what the story is into a little package for you.
Uh-huh.
So you can follow along with what you've missed out on so far.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. The gameplay is really good. It gets repetitive at times. It's kind of grindy would be my real complaint with it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of just jumping around and mashing the attack button over and over and over.
And you're not cool on that?
No, but the animation, the colors, just the overall gameplay is good enough that it makes up for it.
Yeah. I have watched several people playing it, and it does look like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And to see all of the mashups of all of the Disney properties is really kind of neat, and how they tie everything together. It's so funny though to me because they feel like the anime characters, it's Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah, there's Final Fantasy. Although there's not really any Final Fantasy characters in this one so far anyway.
Well, that you know of? Like, are the characters that they're introducing characters from like newer Final Fantasies that you've just never played? Or
no, these are all original characters meeting Disney characters. There's been some Final Fantasy characters in the past, but the Final Fantasy, it doesn't lean as heavy on the Final Fantasy as I thought it did.
Yeah.
Because the first one definitely did. You were meeting like Cloud and characters from old Final Fantasies.
And now it's mostly Disney.
Yeah.
Properties.
I've gone to the Hercules world, Olympus, so far. I ran around with Hercules. And I just finished up the Toy Story world.
Okay.
So you run around with Woody and Buzz.
So you're pretty, or not very far into it then.
Right. I put a lot of time into it, but I've been trying to do everything you can.
Oh, okay. So you're going for completionist, not speed run.
Yeah, basically. I don't know how some people
seen,
have finished the game so far.
Yeah, because I've seen people, Big Hero 6 and the Pirates of the Caribbean and on and
Monsters
on.
Inc.
Monsters Inc. Yeah, all of those. So it is possible to play without just mashing attacks. It has a block feature. Brandon, why don't you learn how to block?
I've never used block buttons in games.
Ever.
Ever.
In his life.
Although,
he refuses.
Fair, the block button, if you're standing still, you block. if you hit the control stick and hit the block button, you roll out of the way, or if you're in the air, you kind of do a dash.
Yeah.
So you're right, Blutonian. I do use the block button too.
Moo.
I do jump around some.
Moo. See, this is what you get when you come to Dueling Ogres Live.
Yeah.
endless mocking and ridicule.
And there's another game I've been playing, but you're going to touch on it later, so
Okay.
we'll just discuss it when we get to it.
Oh, okay, cool. What have I been doing, you ask?
I do ask.
I'll just lead for you.
Okay, thank you.
Plus magic is where it's at.
Yeah, I use a lot of magic.
Yeah, Brandon is quite the caster.
I love mage stuff in games.
Yeah. I have been doing the school thing.
Mm-hmm.
Was that your stomach?
Yeah. I'm hungry.
I told you to eat a banana.
I know. I'll eat a banana later. Hopefully that didn't pick up on mic.
It didn't, but for those of you who couldn't hear it, that was a massive growl from Brandon's stomach that derailed me.
The granola bar just didn't do it for me.
No, the granola bar and crackers.
No, considering I've been here for 4 fucking hours now.
It hasn't been 4 hours.
It's been at least 3.
It's been 2. Well, it's been 3. It's been 2. You got here at 4.
I got here at 3.
Okay, it's been 3 hours, Brandon.
I know. Before we even started.
Yeah. You weren't doing anything anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
I have been doing the college thing. Just really been focusing on that. We skipped last week just because I wanted to get some stuff caught up.
Mm-hmm.
You may find that I might do that more often just because I have a tendency to fall behind on stuff. I'm a bit of a procrastinator. And it took me a while to actually get to edit last week's as well because of that. The podcast, by and large, no matter how professionally I try to treat it, it's still a hobby.
Yeah.
And it's got to take a backseat to some things, and college is just more important.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I've got to make sure that I'm doing that and keeping up with that, so I can test well and get some letters behind my name. That's really all that matters to me at this point, is getting some letters behind my name.
Understandable.
So, to be fair, I should go for a doctorate in something because my name's already awesome.
So to be Dr. Hitchcock?
Dr. Remington Allen Hitchcock.
That would be pretty fancy, I give you that.
Yeah. I have a master's in bullshittery. I took something called the Peregrine test in business and intro to business, and she's like, the professor was saying that we will take this test multiple times, and you probably won't do well on the first time because you don't really know any of this information. So the first time that I took it, I got a 62.7%.
Okay.
That's the 91st percentile.
Wow.
For this test. Most of the other people were getting like 20s or 30s or something like that. And I mean, I've been around, and there were a lot of business questions, and some of the stuff we had already covered in microeconomics, and some of it was just gut feeling, you know. And the questions varied from microeconomics to macroeconomics to management structure within businesses and that sort of thing. Very exciting stuff, let me tell you.
It sounds like it.
Zero, thank you for the 50 bitters. So I'm not gonna lie, I was a little proud of myself.
Yeah, you should be.
There was a little less humbleness to me. I was like, yeah. I wasn't sure how I was going to do because I didn't know what the test was going to entail, but I came in with confidence. You know, I was like, I feel good about this. The first couple of questions, I was like, I feel good about this. So I went ahead and took my time and read through them and did it, and did really well.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, she was like, "You're not supposed to do well," and I was like, my gut's right, man." Twisted, thank you for the lurk. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, Zero Robinson. My beard is not as epic as yours. No, no, no. He's got a really nice beard.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. An adorable children's.
Well, congratulations on the beard.
Speaking of, strolling away to get the children. Get the kiddo. Bye, Zero. Thanks for the lurk. And thank you for the lurk, Twisted. I think I said it, but thank you again. Did. Other than that, other than just trying to keep up with the school stuff, not really focusing on a lot of other things. Just making sure that I stay on top of it.
Yeah.
So, because of the importance that I have already mentioned.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're adapting so well to school.
that's a bit of a caveat right there. I don't think I'm adapting very well.
You don't think so?
No, they really do. My English teacher actually mentioned this. He's like, just talking about college in general. He was like, we really cram stuff in. We have to cram stuff in. It's based on like a weekly schedule. You have so many things that you have to cover within each week, and that's what they're going to stick to, come hell or high water. So if you miss it, they either have to shoehorn it in or drop it all together.
Yeah.
And because of my procrastinative nature, I find myself chasing my ass a lot when I should, and I know that I should, buckle down and take things in smaller segments. Like, I've got 4 or 5 chapters to write chapter summaries on in history.
Oh, damn.
By Monday.
Wow.
So, so that's what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got to cram that. And if I just would have been doing it chapter per chapter, it wouldn't be a big deal. But now I'm going to have to take some time every couple of days to write up a couple of chapter summaries a day to catch myself up.
How long do the chapter summaries have to be?
Not very long. 1 page. And he said he doesn't really care about the format. So you can do bullet points, you can do narrative style. Doesn't really matter. It's more to make you read the chapter to know what the test is going to be about.
Oh, okay.
So, not difficult stuff. He also provides like a word list of just terms that you should pay attention to. Mm-hmm. So really, all I'm going to have to do is skim the chapter, find the words, write out a couple of bits and bobs on that, and then move on. So, find the word, write down something about the word, move on.
Okay.
And from the book, and that's how that's going to play out. So I don't think it's going to be too difficult.
But just going back to what you're saying, you've kind of put it off longer than you should have.
Exactly. So I've had to write Tuesday evening. I wrote a 2-page paper, double spaced, size 12 font, Arial. And I busted it out in an hour and a half with about 40 minutes of research.
Oh, okay.
So my first essay was 5 pages, rough draft, and then the final draft is due Monday. And I threw that out about podcasting. I need to write a speech, which is probably going to focus around podcasting because it's an item speech. You have to bring in an item, and that item is supposed to either represent you in some fashion or a passion of yours. And it's really, the item is just being utilized as a crutch to, get the story out.
Yeah. So you're bringing a microphone?
Yes. So that's what that's going to be about.
You have to give it in front of the class?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which it's not super hard. We did an intro speech. Just talk about yourself for 2 minutes, I think is what it was, or a minute.
Oh, okay.
And I'd written out a quick speech, and I read it out loud, and I timed myself, and I was like, okay, this is good. And then I forgot it day of.
Oh, man.
And I didn't forget it, but I misplaced it because I have a 5-star. I have a 5-star zip-up notebook, and I have separators in it already because it was one of the D&D notebooks.
Oh, okay.
And I just cleaned out the Dungeons and Dragons stuff from it and put in my school stuff. And I put it in the wrong place, and I couldn't find it. So I just threw up my hands and I winged it.
How'd it go?
Oh, fine. The nice thing about the speech class is that in fact, most of my classes, they're really easy about things. I don't have any prick teachers that are just like, this needs to be in right now.
Yeah.
The closest to that would be history. And, he wants, and that's not even the case. Because, like, our first assignment for history was sign the syllabus to let him know that you read it.
Wow.
In Blackboard, which is the program where some of the teachers will use to put up assignments and such. Mm-hmm. For those of you who've never used it. So he throws it up in there, and all you have to do is basically say, I've read this, I've signed, I sign it. There were 5 people who didn't do it.
Really?
Yes. He was like, and he said multiple times, if you do not do this, you will be dropped from the class. Period. And people didn't do it.
So were they dropped from the class?
Hell yeah, they were dropped from the class. Good riddance. And that's the thing about college. Like, if you're young, high schoolish, and you're watching this or listening to this, and you're getting ready to go into college, or you're apprehensive about it, this is coming from an old guy, right? 35, going back into college. I'm excited to be back in college. And I understand that if you're young, you've already had, several, 10 years, what is it, 10, 12
years.
12 years of school. Years are hard, right? Well, some people skip.
Yeah.
Some people are SMRT.
We'll use that as your excuse.
Yeah. I'm very excited to be back in school. And I feel like I can see it in some of the other students where they're just rolling their eyes that they're there, in the younger students.
Yeah.
And man, I think, and I did the same thing when I started off and I was going to do A+ certification, and I was going to take that class and do it. And I got in there and I had this angsty, like, I knew half of the things that the professor was telling me about. And I did learn some things. And I realized that I didn't really want to do it. It was what the thing is. But I deluded myself into thinking, oh, I already know half of this. I don't need to know. Why should I waste my time doing it?
Yeah.
There have been a lot of things that I know already that some of my professors have been talking about. There have been far more things that I don't know. But I am enjoying every last minute of being in there and learning. And I'm really happy that I have been afforded the opportunity to go back. And I think that if anybody wants to take a lesson from this, number 1, don't be afraid to go back if you're older. And number 2, find a way to enjoy the learning process as a whole, not any specific facet of what you're learning, like what if you're learning business or if you're doing history or teaching or whatever. Just try to find a way to fall in love with the learning process.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of beauty involved in learning and challenging yourself to remember these things and challenging yourself to complete these things. And it makes you feel good about yourself when you do well. And another thing that I've noticed, sorry, this is what this has become apparently.
No, it's okay.
We have a couple of people that I have noticed who have been very anxious about writing their essays. And they don't know what to talk about, and they don't know how to get started, and they don't know what to write about, and oh, I'm boring, and etc. and so on. And I feel them, but like they're worried about the red marks. They're worried about how poorly they are going to do. And man, when I first wrote my paper, and we talked about a little bit about the professor,
yeah,
earlier, And now that I'm sitting up front, I have a much better time in the class learning from him. I was really excited to turn in my essay because, number one, it's a rough draft. And he said from the beginning, don't worry about what you get grade wise on your rough draft, because it's a rough draft.
Yeah.
And he said, I take the higher score of whatever you have to turn in multiple times. So if you do a rough draft and you stick to it and you make the corrections, you're going to get a higher grade.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's basic. That's math.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So, and you have the chance to figure out why the mistakes you made are mistakes. All you have to do is ask. So I was really excited to get my paper back. Now, my 5-page essay I got back was a 90 out of 100.
Oh, nice.
But we know that English is my strong suit.
Yeah.
I'm not a math guy. Don't ask me to take a math test. I will fail it miserably. Give me an English paper and I will be able to fill it full of red marks. There were things that I put in that I knew were wrong.
Specifically, so you would have
because we had to do a peer review as well. So we give a copy to him, we give a copy to someone else, and they fill out a peer review.
Oh, okay.
So I intentionally put stuff in wrong so somebody could come along with, or so my peer could find some things that were wrong.
Yeah.
Now, there were some things that I actually did do incorrectly from what he was wanting paper-wise. It was, I forget what the term is. Exemplification. It was an exemplification paper. Apparently, in an exemplification paper, you're not allowed to use you words, like if as if I'm talking to whoever is reading it.
Okay.
It's supposed to be more matter of facty, So you present the information in a matter of fact way, not in a way that can form opinions.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying there?
Yeah, I'm following.
So I'll have to go through and I'll have to fix all of the U's that I put in, because that was my main thing. Like, you go through the thing and he just circles you. So I don't know. It's fun. So yeah, enjoy the process. That's all that I'm saying. Learn to enjoy the process of learning, no matter what it is.
I really do need to go back to school. Hearing you talk about it makes me want to go back.
Yeah. It's exciting and it's fun. And as long as you view it as such, if you come at it with I've got to go to this class, I've got to do this. I mean, it's okay to do it in the moment, but overall, just be excited that you're there, because, regardless of whether you are there on a scholarship or you had to take out loans or the state's paying for it, like in my case, or part of it, somebody's money is being spent.
Yes.
And that's something that I try to keep in the back of my head as well, is this money is being spent. I want it to be spent well. And it's being spent on me, which means that I need to do well in order to justify the fact that money was spent on me.
Okay, yeah.
So that's one of the mentalities that I use to try to keep myself excited about it. That, and I just love learning anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But, or to keep myself driving forward. That's really not the enjoyment, but to drive forward.
Yeah, that's a good mentality to have.
Yeah.
It's a very mature mentality to have.
And, if, say, you go back to school and you get a grant because of the mental stuff to finish out.
What the fuck's that supposed to mean?
You said it yourself. Fucker. Or you have to take out loans to go finish your stuff.
Yeah.
That's loans specifically. That's money you'll have to pay back. So you want to make sure that it's used well. So yeah, that's the way that I keep myself driving forward with it. All right. That's enough of that diatribe. Let's get into some stories.
Do we have stories this week?
I don't know. We can just end it there. It's only been 30 minutes.
So until next week, Ogres.
I don't know. What do you have here?
I have a lot of movie news this week.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Oh, hold on a second. I don't think the thing sent out my stuff.
What?
Fucking IFTT. What's the point of even having you if you're not going to activate?
My dad sends that thumbs up text.
to the masturbation joke?
No, no, no.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
Just no, God. Just whenever I'm texting him and I say something, he'll just reply with a thumbs up emoji
Oh, yeah.
over text. I don't have the heart to tell him that drives me fucking crazy. I hate that thumbs up text so much. It just seems so dismissive.
I understand.
So for my first piece of news is a small one here, Ram.
Okay.
And I know you had a little bit about this too.
Okay.
Avengers Endgame is going to have a runtime of around 3 hours.
Yeah. And apparently they're thinking about putting an intermission in between, which is interesting. We don't get a lot of movies that have an intermission. We can find that real quick. So this comes from a tweet by a writer on comingsoon.net. He said that rumor has it Marvel is considering an intermission for Avengers Endgame as it's currently clocking into 3 hours. That's Alan Cerny at Alan Cerny CS. Bring it on. I love intermissions. Makes the movies that have them feel very epic. Besides, a pee break would be nice. So, directors Joe and Anthony Russo have confirmed that Endgame will clock in at 3 hours long, making it the longest Marvel movie ever, according to GameSpot. Cerny is not a Marvel or Disney insider, so his tweet should be taken with a grain of salt. However, an intermission might make sense for the film. Historically, intermissions were saved for epics hitting the 3 hour mark, according to Comic Book.
Man, 3 hours is a long time for a movie.
It is, but they're wrapping up a lot of stuff, and they have a lot of characters to pay a little bit of a tribute to. So, including bringing back whoever they're going to bring back, dealing with the fallout of whoever stays dead.
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
So, are we going to go see this in theaters together, Rem?
When's the release date? Do we know yet?
March
this year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No,
April.
Yeah,
April 28th, maybe.
Yeah, we should.
Okay. Yeah, we should see it so we can actually talk about it in a timely fashion instead of me watching it on a streaming site filmed in some shitty theater in New Mexico or just Mexico.
Just Mexico,
not
just
New Mexico.
Regular Mexico, old Mexico,
original style Mexico.
Mexico heavy, not Mexico light. Yes, we should go see it for reals, for real, not for play.
I don't know how it makes me feel though. I have a hard time sitting down for movies that are more than like an hour and a half long.
Why?
It's hard for me to keep my attention.
I don't know. I don't think. Did you have any problem watching the first part of Avengers Endgame?
No, but I mean, I watched it streaming on my TV from a Mexican handycam.
Right.
So I could pause it if I needed to go to the bathroom. I could get up, stretch my legs.
Yeah. We'll just sit closer to the back. We will just sit closer to the back. That way it's easier for you to get up and stretch your legs without... I like how I bobbed my head.
Yeah. Stretching your legs.
Yeah, get up and stretch your legs and, get a little movement into them without interrupting the other moviegoers.
Yeah.
And then pee breaks are that many half seconds faster because you're closer to the door.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as you leave, you have less time. You don't have to walk up the aisle and we'll sit on the edge. That way you can just whoop.
Yeah, I always prefer sitting in the back anyway.
I like to sit near the middle as a rule, but I do tend to pee a lot.
Yeah.
I have a really bad habit of going. My bladder isn't what it used to be. I used to be able to go to a movie and get a 42-ounce cup of soda and be fine throughout the entire movie and not have to go pee.
Yeah.
But I still have that habit of buying a soda beforehand, drinking most of it during the intermission, and then having to go pee in the middle of the movie. Because my bladder ain't what it used to be.
Yeah, that's all part of getting old, I guess.
Yeah.
We gotta pee more.
Yeah. One of these days I'll just get a colostomy bag. That way I'll never have to get up.
Well, it's good to have goals, Remington.
It is.
Are you looking forward to Endgame, though?
Yes. I definitely want to see how this is going to wrap up.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see. I kind of want to see Captain Marvel, too.
Yeah, I'd like to see Captain Marvel as well.
It looks really fun.
We should go see Captain Marvel, too.
What are you doing? You know I don't have a job, right, Brandon?
I can pay for it. I'll take you to the movies, buddy.
Oh, you.
I think Captain Marvel is going to lead directly into Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
So you've got Captain Marvel coming out in March.
Well, I mean, would it though? Because it's taking place far in the past.
Yeah, but it's gonna lead into Endgame somehow.
Oh, you think they'll do like a fast
post credits or something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's just
fair.
speculation, but I mean, at the end of Avengers, whenever they page Captain Marvel, obviously Captain Marvel's going to be in Avengers Endgame. That's not like a surprise or anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they would have to lead up to it somehow.
Yeah.
End credits or post credit scene or something.
No, I was just seeing how many people were in the chat there.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I want to see. You got Captain Marvel coming out in March. You got Avengers Endgame coming out in April.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Spider-Man Far From Home coming out in July, which is another one I want to see.
Yeah.
June or July. I think it's July, though.
Yeah. I still haven't seen the other Tom Holland Spider-Man movie.
What?
I know. You need to hook me up with all these movies.
Okay.
Not just say okay, but actually hook me up with them. Remember to hook me up with your illegal downloaded files.
Well, you don't have to worry about it anymore. You download them.
That's so much work, though. I don't even have a illegal file downloading thing to download with anymore.
Qbit torrent.
I haven't used LimeWire in years.
LimeWire.
Yeah.
People aren't using LimeWire anymore, Remington.
Why not?
Because it's all torrent sites now.
It was an excellent program.
Yeah, but LimeWire, you were just downloading one file. Now you have torrents where you're downloading bits and bobs from everywhere.
No, LimeWire did that as well.
LimeWire wasn't a torrent site, I don't believe. It wasn't a torrent client.
Yes, it was.
Was it?
Yeah, absolutely it was.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Don't torrent, kids. Don't do it. It's illegal and you shouldn't.
It's not illegal.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not illegal to torrent. It's just against terms of services.
No, it's illegal.
The cops aren't going to bust down your door for torrenting a movie.
They could.
No way.
You're stealing property.
You wouldn't steal a car.
No, you wouldn't. So why would you steal a movie?
I think you're actually right. I think it is illegal.
Yeah, it's totally illegal.
So you want it to fall on me.
Yeah, exactly, because you've already done it.
To torrent it. It's on Netflix. Just get Netflix.
Oh, yeah, I could do that. What Spider-Man is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Use one of the many emails that I have to get a free month?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They base it off card number.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, but I have a couple of credit cards.
Yeah, just throw it on one of those. Fuck it.
I'll put it on one of those and then just cancel it.
You never watched the trailer for the new Spider-Man movie, did you? Or did you ever watch it?
For which new Spider-Man?
Far From Home, the new Spider-Man.
No, I didn't.
Which new Spider-Man?
Well, no,
movie?
I thought you were talking about the animated one.
The Spider-Verse?
Yeah, Spider-Verse.
No, Far From Home. It looks good.
Does it?
Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Bowtie. Not much, man. How are you doing?
What's up? I know we can't watch it on stream, but you need to check it out.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio looks awesome.
Yeah.
And they have him in his actual Mysterio get-up from
Yeah.
the comics and cartoons.
Yeah.
Which you think would look stupid, but it totally does not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We can totally watch it. You guys want to watch the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer? Give me a hell yeah. If you want to watch the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, give me a hell yeah.
It's like half Stone Cold, half 90-year-old man.
Well, Stone Cold's getting old.
Stone Old? Steve Austin? And we're happy to have you. He gave us a hell yeah. This chair leans so far back.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that the audio was actually going out to the audio again. All right, so we will switch over to the game view. And if it's too loud, just let me know in chat. Here we go. We're going to play it now.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
That was so good. Hey, sorry I'm late. Happy.
You look nice.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. New dress?
Yes, it is. How'd you know?
What just happened?
Planning a trip?
Mm-hmm. Going to Europe. It's a school trip.
Did you get your passport?
Peter Parker here to pick up a passport, please.
Mini toothpaste?
Mm-hmm.
Pack your suit.
I just want to go on my trip with my friends. Europe doesn't really need a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Hang on, I can't hear it.
You look really pretty.
Therefore, I have value.
No, that's not
I'm
right.
messing with you. You look pretty too.
I just want to spend some time with MJ. I think she really likes me, dude.
That reminds me when I first fell in love. I had just finished my food coffee.
Oh, shit.
So nice to finally meet you, Spider-Man.
Nick Fury?
You're Nick Fury.
Put some clothes on. Let's go for a ride.
Is he gonna be okay like that?
Might want to turn him over so he doesn't swallow his tongue.
I think Nick Fury just hijacked our summer vacation.
Awesome! You got gifts, Parker, but you have a job to do. Are you going to step up or not?
You're all alone. Your friends are in trouble. What are you going to do about it?
You don't want any part of this.
That's cool.
Yeah. Even has his fishbowl.
That's awesome.
Who is that guy?
He's like Iron Man and Thor rolled into one.
He's no Spider-Man.
What is it with you and Spider-Man?
What? He looks out for the neighborhood, has a dope suit, and I really respect him. Sup, dickwad?
Sub Digwad. That's good. That's good. Okay. Reconnect that. Hold on. All right. So yeah, good stuff. I do want to see that. That looks awesome.
Yeah.
I need to see the first one first, though. Not to sound redundant, but redundant.
Just come over to my apartment. I have Netflix.
Yeah.
You can take a seat and we can watch it over there.
We can Netflix and chill?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
it's like
everything that entails.
It's like you answered my deepest, darkest dreams.
My couch folds out into a bed. Just saying.
Hey, bro, it's Snow Yo. What's lacking? Big smacking. Hi, Snowball. Hi, Snowball friend.
Snowball friend?
That's a cool name.
That is a cool name.
Yeah, I do like it.
Are we still on game screen or are we back on regular screen?
So the right screen is our live, and the left screen is what's in queue.
Okay.
Yeah. I just put us up though.
Okay.
Yeah, because I figured why the hell not. Okay. So yeah, no, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it.
Me too. It's from all the rumors that have been going around, it's the elementals that he's fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal has gone on the record saying that him and Spider-Man work together.
Yeah.
Mysterio's MO typically is to make these threats and then try to fight these threats himself.
Oh yeah.
To be a hero, to try to gain the spotlight. So that's probably what's going on.
Okay.
Is that he's created or somehow released these elementals and now he's pretending to fight them.
Ah, I see. So he won't necessarily be a hero. He like wants to be.
Yeah, he probably will end up being the villain.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it. I'm doing pretty well. Brandon is. I don't want to speak for you. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah. So how about you, man? As a rule, we don't talk a lot to chat once we're in a story. So we usually try to catch up a little bit in between. That way, when I go back and edit this for the listeners who tune into the post-production show, they don't have to listen to us talking to chat.
Yeah.
So I leave a little bit of it in there, but most of the time I cut most of it out, just so you know. So if you talk and we don't respond to you right away, it's not that we're ignoring you. We'll get back to you. So let's go ahead with next story.
Sure.
So what do you want, Brandon? Do you want to follow through with more movie and game news, or? Let's see, that was that one.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, we'll follow up with some more game news. Or movie news, rather. So continuing on with movie news, apparently Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to use James Gunn's script.
Yeah, which is good.
Which is good. I'm pretty excited about that. But I want to know if anybody has gotten their dirty mitts on it and have rewritten any of it.
I hope not.
So we haven't really looked up a lot more information about this.
No, this came from Chris Pratt.
Yeah. So was it in a tweet or something like that?
In an interview he did. Let me see if I... No, I closed it already.
Ah.
Never mind.
Damn it, Brandon.
But yeah, it was in an interview he did.
Okay.
But in the same vein as the Guardians of the Galaxy script, I'm probably going to butcher his name. Taika Waititi, the director of Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, Taika Waititi.
Taika?
Is it
Taika? It's Taika.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi.
I knew it was Taika or Taika.
Had been rumored to be the director up next for Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
That'll be fine.
He confirmed that he will not take on Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. You went through a whole roller coaster of emotions.
I did. You took me on a real quick
down.
a real quick move.
He called it James's film. He told the Television Critics Association, going into something like that, which has got a stamp all over it, it would feel like going into someone's house and saying, "Hey, I'm your new dad."
That's fair.
Yeah.
But if anybody was going to do it justice, it would have been Taika.
Did you see Thor Ragnarok?
No. I don't see anything, Brandon. Don't you throw your hands up at me. The listeners can't hear that. Snowball, thank you for the follow, brother.
They can hear the exasperation in my voice, though, when I say you haven't seen Thor Ragnarok yet. It's on Netflix. Come over. We'll do a double movie.
Oh, so we're going to Netflix and chill?
Yeah. I'll make chicken.
Or Netflix and then chill? We're going to have a Netflix chicken chill?
Yeah. A Netflix chicken chill. Exactly.
Yeah, try saying that 10 times fast.
I'm not going to attempt
I don't want you to.
Good.
We don't have time for that shit, Brandon.
We've got important stories to get to.
That's true. We
We
do.
don't have time to say Netflix chicken chill 10 times.
Right.
So I'm a little disappointed about this news because Thor Ragnarok I loved.
Yeah.
I know there's some hardcore, diehard Marvel fans who think that it went in too silly of a direction, especially with Thor.
Yeah.
I loved it. I love the silly direction of Marvel movies, though.
Mm-hmm.
And Taika Waititi, depending on how much he brought of himself to this movie, which it feels like was a lot,
Yeah.
would have translated really well to the Guardians of the Galaxy feel.
I agree. I think that he and James Gunn have a lot of similarities in the way that they approach the making of films.
Yeah.
Couple that with, so I mean, the feel would have been there because the love is there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, James loves making those films, which is why he's going to DC and doing a DC movie.
Yeah, he's doing Suicide Squad now.
Yeah. So the idea that having another director who loves the kind of superhero franchise as much as both of these guys seem to, I understand where he's coming from, but it is disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So moving on to some tech news then.
Sure.
The Verge reports that you know what a Raspberry Pi is, right?
Yes.
Not the delicious dessert.
Oh, okay. Then no, I'm out of the loop.
So Raspberry Pi is like a little mini computer that you can kind of build stuff out on. All right, Snowball, thanks for stopping by. Thank you for the follow, and I'm glad that you like the stream.
Yeah.
Make sure to, we will, when I put it out, it's available on anywhere you can find a podcast. We also put up the live version on YouTube as well as the audio version that is edited. So I put them both up on YouTube as well as anywhere else you can find a podcast. So
Yep. So you can check us out anywhere.
Yep.
Raspberry Pi is Linux based, I believe.
Yes, but you can install Windows on one.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, this comes from The Verge. Raspberry Pi, makers of everyone's favorite miniature computers, has opened its first physical retail store today in Cambridge, United Kingdom. This originally comes from VentureBeat, the article. The Verge just you'll see that a lot in news sites on the internet where one person reports on it and they throw a source back, they throw a track back to that site, but then they'll say their own thing.
Yeah.
So previously, if you wanted to buy a Raspberry Pi, you probably got it. Oh, what the fuck am I opening? Hold on. I accidentally clicked buttons, guys.
No.
Previously, if you wanted to buy a Raspberry Pi, you probably got it online from Amazon or an authorized Pi. Don't laugh at my fart noises.
An authorized PI.
An authorized Pi reseller like Adafruit, but physical stores in which to buy them remained few and far between. And the Raspberry Pi Foundation looks to be going a step further with its store and borrowing from Apple's book, marketing it not only as a convenient place to buy gear, which it certainly is, along with books, mugs, teddy bears, and other exclusive merchandise, but for new customers to come in and see what's possible with Raspberry Pi devices. It's not just a pile of Raspberry Pis in boxes. There are computers set up so customers can demo things themselves. The whole retail store feels like the company is looking to branch out to a new audience, one that might stumble across the store in a mall and stick their heads in to see what the fuss is all about, and actually get a hands-on opportunity to see the potential of the platform. It's the kind of mainstream audience that the company could expand to instead of only relying on the traditional enthusiast customer that already has a pile of pies on their desk. So, it looks like there is and this is for the viewers right now. It looks like there is a YouTube video here that's probably like a walkthrough of the store, perhaps. Check that out.
Boy, they really went for that Apple look.
They really did. And I think it's nice, though, because we're seeing things that the consumer who doesn't understand products can still buy things to do stuff that the Raspberry Pi can do.
Mm.
For instance, Amazon, the Amazon Echo, Alexa. You can buy devices to install into your house that allows Alexa to control your lights, allows it to control your thermostat, your audio for your TV or what have you. You can tie all of these things together. You've been able to do that with a Raspberry Pi for years.
Through voice commands?
Through voice commands, through setting up various bits and bobs and extensions.
Yeah.
There have been ways to do that sort of thing for years, but you had to have a little bit more understanding of how these things worked and were put together. So having a physical store to do that, and it's cheaper. Like a Raspberry Pi right now. Okay, Google. What's the current price of a Raspberry Pi? The wiki says ranging from $5 to $35, but there are kits that you can buy as well that up to $60, $47.95. But just a single Raspberry Pi, could run you as much as $35.
Yeah,
that's nothing.
Yeah, that's nothing at all.
That's literally nothing. So you get one that's like mid-grade, $15, $20, and buy some bits and bobs, and for the price that you could have bought some stuff to do Alexa controlling your thermostat, you could have just bought, maybe you already have a smart thermostat installed in your house. You just buy the Raspberry Pi, find the code, and you're $15 instead of having to buy an Alexa that controls it.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know what the price of an Amazon Echo is right now.
You can get an Echo Dot, which is like the smaller one, for $40.
Okay.
Sometimes it'll be on sale for like $20.
Okay.
So it's pretty cheap. I have an Echo Dot and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you use that pretty frequently to listen to podcasts and stuff too, don't you?
Podcasts and music, yep.
Yeah.
Because my apartment is so small, I have it by the front door, but I can get it turned on and I can hear it anywhere in the house.
Yeah. So $40, let's say it's not on sale, then you're not much more invested into it than a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
And you could hook your Raspberry Pi up to speakers and be able to control it through voice commands. Just put a mic onto it and you're good to go.
There's a lot you can do with Raspberry Pi, but there's that learning threshold that a lot of people aren't willing to get to.
Right. But and that goes back to why I think it's a good move to have a store.
Yeah.
Because now that you have a store, you can have people come in and get excited about it. They can see it firsthand. They can talk to professionals who know how to do this stuff. And it opens up this whole new world of learning, which is kind of this thing that we talked about earlier on in the podcast of being excited about learning.
Yeah.
And knowing the technology that's around you. There's so many people nowadays that don't understand how this little phone works.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't understand, they don't want to understand in a lot of cases that, you know, you walk into your house, it automatically attaches to your Wi-Fi once you've had it set up to do so.
Yeah.
You turn on your Bluetooth and you can play your speakers down in the living room, give or take, because Bluetooth kind of sucks. But personal opinions aside.
Yeah, Bluetooth is not super great.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of
It's
Bluetooth.
useful for what you can do with it, but it doesn't have a very long range, I found.
Yeah, it does not. So it has its purposes, but I prefer connecting over Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Anyway, like for instance, I've got a remote for OBS that I can use on my phone, but I just have to connect through a WebSocket. So that means that I have to put in a IP address and a password, and then I can control the scenes from my phone on OBS. For those of you who don't know how to do that. I know I have a lot of streamers who will also watch us. But yeah, I mean, that's a thing that you can do, and it would be something that you could set up a Bluetooth device to do. But why when I can just connect to my network?
Have you ever thought about buying a Raspberry Pi?
Yes, I have. I've never done it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a Raspberry Pi and what's the other thing? What is it called? They're microcontrollers, if I remember correctly. But it's not a Raspberry Pi. A Raspberry Pi is like a mini computer.
Right.
And then there is Arduino controllers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you can get a Raspberry Pi, couple it up with some Arduino controllers, and have complete control over your house. So that's and they're just little microcontrollers that basically route commands to physical objects.
Do you like the idea of having a smart house?
Yes, I do. I've wanted to build my own smart house where you have you use your phone if it has near field communication in it. NFC is what the short. So if you're looking through the specs on your phone and it says NFC, that means near field communication, which means that it has a chip in it that you can put close to something that has NFC receiver in it, and it'll read that information on. That's how a lot of credit card apps and stuff will do pay with your phone.
Oh, okay.
So you have to have NFC in order to do it.
Yeah.
So you put it really close to the device, near field. It sends out a signal once it gets close enough, and it receives that signal, and you pull it away, and that signal is interrupted.
Okay.
So I wanted to do an NFC lock for the house. So let's say I've got a handful of groceries and my phone is in my pocket, right? I walk up to the door is locked. I turn my hip to the sensor that I have mounted on the house, and it unlocks the door.
Straight technology.
Yeah, and opens it. So it unlocks, turns the handle, and then I can push it open with my foot. You know? Or I could go as far as to put an actuator in that sends a signal that says, okay, with an Arduino and a Raspberry Pi that sends a signal to an actuator that actually opens my door.
Yeah.
If I wanted to go that route, which I would, because that's fucking cool.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. If I'm already halfway there, I might as well go the whole way.
And then set it to have a greeting for you.
Yeah. Welcome home, Rem. The dog pissed in the sink.
Thanks, house.
You're a good house. You're a good human. So yeah, I love the idea of smart houses. I'm just poor, and even though these things are not cost prohibitive, I've never pulled the trigger on buying any of them. So that's just laziness on my part. If it's something that you want to learn about, if you really want to learn about it, you'll find a way to do it.
Yeah.
So
I know friend of the podcast, Cody Jones, got real into Raspberry Pis for a while. And he was programming him to do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, he was. Mm-hmm. We need to get Cody on sometime soon again.
I keep trying to, but his work schedule's like not great.
Yeah.
I talk to him pretty frequently now.
Yeah.
But he's always working or something.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next story.
Here's a story about technology and how maybe it's gone too far.
Okay.
Samsung is introducing something called refridgerdating.
Refridgerdating?
Refridgerdating.
Okay.
Which is a new Tinder-style app that lets you take a picture of the contents of your fridge and hopefully find love by looking at other people's fridges.
That is probably the dumbest thing that I've ever heard.
By uploading an image of your food, you can get in contact with others who have realized that you are what you eat, the company said. It's part of a stunt to promote Samsung's pricey $4,000 Family Hub smart fridges.
Okay.
The dating app lets users swipe right or left based on how appealing they find someone else's refrigerator interior.
That's dumb.
Yeah. Because with the smart fridge, it has a camera inside of it, the refrigerator.
Yeah.
So you can just boop, 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 and post to it from the touchscreen on the outside of your refrigerator.
Right.
And take a picture of the inside.
Now, I do like that. I do like the idea of having a camera inside of my fridge.
Because of this motion you don't want to do?
Not because
opening the door?
Not because I'm so lazy that I don't want to open the door, but because you lose a lot of energy opening and closing a fridge door.
You're talking electrical energy,
Yes.
not like physical energy.
Yes, I'm talking about
like, oh my
electrical
God.
So the idea of if opening the fridge loses more energy than it would take to just look at a camera display of what you have in there to figure out if you need to buy some stuff. If the act of using a camera uses less energy than opening the door and letting all of the cold escape, then I like that idea.
Yeah.
Dating app is dumb, but you said yourself there that it's a publicity stunt.
Mm-hmm.
So
Refridgerdating.
So it's a fun idea as long as it's not a real thing.
What kind of person would you attract with your refrigerator's interior?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We usually have a whole lot. I can't say anything because there's two people and it's my significant other living in the house with me. So,
well, that was one of the things I saw in an article discussing it is like anybody with a good refrigerator interior and the money to buy a smart fridge is probably already in a family.
Yeah, exactly.
So unless they're going for some polyamory crazy stuff.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. Let's say that you have a very successful bachelor who has bought a smart fridge just because it's a smart fridge. There's still only going to be like wine and a moldy loaf of bread in there.
Yeah.
You know? Or a 6-pack of beers of some kind.
What do you think about dating apps in general? Because I just downloaded a dating app last night and I've started to use it.
They can be successful. They cannot be. Which one did you get?
I got one called Bumble.
I've never heard of that one.
It's one where
it's relatively new.
The girl sends the message first. So it's not like Tinder where you match up. If you match up with a girl, everything is in their court to send the message first. A guy can't message a girl first.
Okay.
Which I felt like was good for me because it takes a lot of the rejection out of it.
Yeah.
I don't have
to
actively
know if they're rejecting you.
I don't have to like match up with somebody and then message them and then it goes nowhere.
Yeah.
If I match up with somebody and they message me, the first step's already been taken.
Yeah, that means they're interested.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So did you craft a well-worded profile?
No.
Okay.
I took a picture in my kitchen of myself. And my profile is like 2 sentences long.
Okay.
And it mentions that I do a podcast.
That's the thing to keep in mind. If you want people to be interested in you, you have to give them a little bit to be interested in.
Yeah.
Because you can't base it on 2 sentences and how they think you look. You know what I mean?
My profile picture is not a good picture either.
Yeah.
It's not a good, you see...
It's kind of dark because you always keep your apartment dark.
Yeah, it's kind of dark. I look creepy. I'm turned to the side. My beard's all askew. I look like a fucking villain. So we'll see. But I just threw up a picture and a profile just to check it out.
Yeah.
I don't really have high hopes for actually meeting anybody through it. It was more an experiment.
You'd be surprised. And that's the other thing. If you're going to do an experiment, go all the way.
Yeah.
If you
and I do plan on getting better pictures of myself and expanding on my profile some too.
Sure, yeah. And crafting a good profile actually does take a little bit of time. But that is, to elicit good data, you have to have a good introduction. You have to have a good hypothesis.
Well, and I'm doing that thing that every gifted kid who is not living up to their potential now does, where I just look at everything with an eye rolly, half-assing it. Well, if I fail, it's because I didn't really try. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. But you like to be in a relationship.
Yeah,
that is a thing that helps you, and not everybody has the capability to just be alone and be happy.
Yeah.
So a lot of people need somebody else to feed off of. So yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. If you want to be successful in it, or if you at least want to have a successful experience in it, you have to put the work in. Just like anything.
Well, and it has a whole bunch of questions that you fill out, like what your sign is, what your height is.
Sure, yeah.
Are you a smoker? Are you a drinker?
Bullshit algorithms.
Do you have kids? And blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I have not found very many people, because it gives you a percentage of what the match would be. And everybody that I'm matching with is 20%, because there are so many Christian non-smokers, social drinkers around here. It is insane. And I have flagged that I'm an atheist, I'm a regular smoker, and I never drink.
I will say that drinking is a big thing in this particular area.
It really is.
That's because there's nothing else to do. So if you're not doing the hard drugs, you're drinking.
Even just a social drinker. And I mean, even if I get past that first hurdle, if I go out on a date with somebody, there's that inevitable question of oh, you don't drink?
Yeah.
I just say, no, I just don't drink. Do I immediately go into well, you see, I was an alcoholic all through my 20s, so.
See, I think that as far as that goes, that's a badge of pride, and you should wear it as such. You don't have to go into hardcore details about, well, when I was in my 20s, I got so fucking drunk that I fell off a bridge, which didn't happen that I know of.
Not that I'm aware of.
But, or I, so drunk that I drive home and killed a guy, which also didn't happen that I'm aware of. But, this was a hurdle in your life that you wrangled, that you've mastered. I would even venture as far to say.
I'd say so, yeah.
Because even though occasionally the temptation is still there, you do not act on those impulses.
Right.
Which I would say is an incredible success. So, yeah, I mean, if somebody asks, hey, do you want to go out and get a drink? Or, you're on the date and they order a wine or something and you just order water and they say, don't you want to have wine with me? Yeah, wear it as a badge of honor. Just be like, well, I suffered through alcoholism for most of my young life and I beat that and I've mastered and wrangled that, and you're more than welcome to have a drink, but I'm just going to stick with the soda.
Yeah.
So,
and then under my breath, I go, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Just loud enough that she might be able to hear.
Would you ever use a dating app if you weren't in a relationship?
Yeah.
You
probably.
think so?
Yeah, I like looking at pictures. I like swiping. I like just picking people that I think are cute or pretty or whatever. I don't even care if it goes anywhere. I just like looking. I just like bebopping along.
I was about to say bebopping.
Yeah.
You beat me to it. You started doing the bebop and head movement. which always signifies you're about to say the word bebopping.
I'm so predictable.
It's your poker tell. So yeah, refrigerating. Check it out.
Yeah, for sure. If you've got the money to buy a smart fridge.
You don't even need to have a smart fridge. It's just an app.
Oh, true.
I should have said that. You can take pictures with your phone of your refrigerator.
So speaking of... Wait, what? Did you just say you can take pictures of your phone if you're a refrigerator?
Perhaps.
That's what I heard.
I perhaps said that on accident, yes.
Oh, speaking of the internet, because there's kind of a callback to the internet.
Yeah.
You know?
We're always speaking about the internet in one way or another.
Apparently, cable industry chief lobbyist Michael Powell today asked Congress for a net neutrality law that would ban blocking and throttling, but allow internet providers to charge prioritization under certain circumstances.
Yep. And here we go.
Here we go.
This is what it was all about. That people were saying, no, net neutrality's bad.
Yep.
And it passed anyway.
Yeah. So Powell, a Republican who was an FCC chairman from 2001 to 2005, and is now a CEO of cable lobby group NCTA, spoke to lawyers today at a Communications and Technology Subcommittee hearing on net neutrality. Powell said there is common ground around the basic tenets of net neutrality rules. There should be a no blocking or no throttling lawful content. There should be no paid prioritization that creates fast lanes and slow lanes absent public benefit. And there should be transparency to consumers over network practices.
Absent public benefit being the key word there.
Yes. So it goes on, Powell's proposal for paid prioritization is full of caveats. There should be no paid prioritization that creates fast lanes and slow lanes, absent of public benefit. His testimony to Congress didn't explain how ISPs can charge online services for prioritization without dividing... I lost my place, sorry. Without dividing internet access into fast lanes and slow lanes, and his statement seems to indicate that slow lanes would be allowed as long as the paid prioritization creates some quote-unquote public benefit. How public benefit would be defined or who would determine which paid priority schemes benefit the public are not clear. So this comes from a public safety issue that is kind of the crux of his argument. So Ajit Pai's repeal of net neutrality rules has been a disaster for consumers. Commerce Committee Chairman Frank Pallone Jr., Democrat in New Jersey, and Communications Technology Subcommittee Chairman Mike Doyle, Democrat in Pennsylvania. Yeah, my brain quit for a second. Said before today's hearing, it's the only state that sounds like that. Representative Anna Eshoo, Democrat of California, discussed Verizon's throttling of firefighters from Santa Clarita County during last year's Mendocino complex fire.
Yeah.
So people's lives were at stake and firefighters weren't able to communicate with each other to get the directions they needed to do their jobs, Eshoo said during the hearing. The 2015 open internet rules that were repealed could have prevented this because there were specific exemptions for public safety. Public safety continued to play a role in today's hearing as Powell and former FCC Chairman Tom Wheeler debated paid prioritization. Powell claimed falsely, according to Wheeler, that a ban on paid prioritization could prevent prioritization of public safety services.
So it's just all under the guise of public safety.
Yes.
It's bullshit. You see this all the time with bills trying to be passed and lawmakers. You just say, well, it's about public safety. It's about choice. It's about choice and public safety. Those are the key words. Those are the
buzzwords.
The buzzwords, exactly, that they use that mean nothing.
Yeah.
It's not about public safety. It's about how you can make more money.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Quote, when I was a chairman, I was a huge champion of public safety, and I think it's a perfect example of why we should be careful about what we mean by no prioritization, Powell said. There are societal uses that we will all agree should enjoy a higher priority over other uses.
No, I don't agree with that at all.
Okay. Let's dive into that a little bit.
There are societal uses that we will all agree should enjoy a higher priority over other uses. No, because then you're prioritizing the internet. Then you're making one thing more important than the other. And who is deciding what's more important than the other thing? The people who are creating and charging money for it.
Right. Because there's not as much governmental oversight. Which goes into kind of, what is that, socialism, where the government oversees everything? Isn't that socialism?
Kinda, yeah.
So it kind of goes against the free market thing. But if there are certain places where I'm not saying that, just devil's advocating here with net neutrality. If we could be sure that this prioritization only happened on massive happenings that directly related to, case in point, the firefighters. There's a massive fire, or there's a bombing, and the police and the fire and SWAT and maybe even the military have to come in, then prioritization needs to be a thing because of communications.
Right.
But we have to ensure that that's the only time that it's being used.
And that's not going to happen.
Right.
Companies that pay more are going to have a higher prioritization. You're going to try to go through Dueling Ogres, and it's going to be even slower to try to get through the website because we don't pay to have that prioritization.
Yeah.
Through our ISP.
Yeah.
I just want the government to stay as far out of my shit as possible.
Right. Wheeler responded to Powell saying, "There's just one thing you left out. Prioritization of public safety activities was specifically allowed under the 2015 rules." So it already exists.
Yeah.
Wheeler led the FCC when it implemented the net neutrality rules. The PI-led FCC's repeal of those rules allows ISPs to throttle data services and deprives customers of an agency to lodge complaints with, Wheeler said. It's not just the firefighters and policemen who are affected by the lack of an open internet, Wheeler said. It's also the people who are victims of those emergencies who themselves need to get online and are experiencing the same blogging or throttling realities. And as a result of the decision made by the FCC, they have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So let's say a massive event happens and they need to get a hold of people because of net neutrality, or because of throttling, they're not able to get help as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
There's this delay because they're throttled. Theoretically. So, yeah. As far as it goes, that's the end of it. If you want to check that out, that's on Ars Technica. The links will be down in the description of the video on YouTube and in our show notes for anybody who's listening.
I knew net neutrality was going to be some bullshit when they repealed it.
Yep.
And you're starting to see it.
Yep.
It's only going to get worse from here, too.
Yep. I need a pee break.
Okay. You want to just take a break?
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break. It will not be very long because we're already going pretty long anyway. So, got another about a half hour that we'll do stuff, it looks like.
Yeah.
But we're going to take a quick break and we'll BRB. Hey, Kilbra. BRB, you caught us when we were just coming back, brother. Thank you for the raids so much.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing 5 people in with you and the host as well, the auto host. We're here, brother. We're here. How was your game? How was your stream? Tidy, dropping them nudes. Is that the nude one? I can't see it from here. It's too far away. Hold on, let me bring up the other chat. Burp, burp. It is Tidy dropping the nudes. How was your streams, guys? It's going well. We've got one or two more stories that we're going to talk about. You have another one at all, or
yeah?
Okay. So we've got 2 or 3 more stories that we're going to talk about, and then we're going to wrap up and be done as well. It's our brothers and sisters from across the pond.
Oh, okay.
So it is, let's see here, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. It's 12:30 there.
Bare Naked Ladies album that you want to serenade me?
Yeah, I told Kilbra that I would sing him something from the album Stunt.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that was my favorite Bare Naked Ladies album. Of course, the only one that he knows, if I remember correctly, is the Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken.
1 week.
Yeah, 1 week. So, hold and now watch a hoodwink. Does it make you stop think? You think you're looking at Aquaman, a summer fish to the dish, although I like Shelly Swisher like sushi because it never touches frying pan, hot like wasabi when I bust rhymes, big like Leanne rhymes, because I'm all about value. Bert Kemper's got the mad hits. You try to match wits, you try to hold me but I bust through. Gonna make a break it, take a fake it like a stick and shake it like vanilla. It's the finest of the flavors.
There you go.
Yep. But they have a few other ones. One of my favorite ones, it's kind of a slower one. I don't remember what it's called, but it goes something like, it starts off, Hydrofield cuts through my neighborhood, and somehow that always just made me feel good. I can put a spare bulb in my hand and light up my yard. The last of your bits. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the last of your itty bitty titty bitties. But yeah, there are a lot of good songs on that album.
So I've got a couple short stories.
Okay.
I'll just
We'll just
barrel through real
pound
fast.
through them.
We'll do your story here.
We'll just fist them right through the podcast.
Just right in the nerd hole with them.
Yeah, just fist them right through the nerd hole. All right, here we go.
Disney CEO Bob Iger confirmed Disney is still open to making R-rated films like Deadpool.
Nice. Okay, cool.
So they're going to have an R-rated division of movies.
Can we? Oh my god! Can we have an R-rated Mickey movie?
Haha! Fuck you. Which kind of lends credence to the rumor that Black Widow is going to be R-rated.
Yeah. Gorsh. Why don't you go die in a fire? Yup.
That's especially funny considering the amount of Kingdom Hearts I've been playing and how Goofy is in it so much.
Yeah.
And to hear Goofy like, "Gorsh, there's the Heartless." It's something else.
Let's go fuck the Heartless in the ass. Yup.
This one I'm excited about. Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Oh, is that the title of the new
Bill and Ted #3?
Fuck yeah, dude. That's fantastic. It's so you've done that for years. You make
3.
Yeah, you use the tail end of your hand to
or
make
you can
numbers.
do. I think this is the European one.
You do that one as well.
1, 2, 3.
I've seen you do that. You count with your thumb first.
Yeah.
It's weird to me. Sorry, this
1,
is a
2,
little
3.
observation that because we've been
3.
friends for so many years. I do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
4, 5.
Anyway.
Bill and Ted Face the Music will start filming soon. This news comes from Film Magazine Production Weekly.
Okay.
Latest listing, which states that the team will start principal photography on March 5th, and it's rumored to be slated for a Christmas release of this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. That's really exciting. Wild Stallions make a return.
I know. I'm so excited about this movie.
That's awesome.
They're just Bill and Ted movies are one of my favorite series. They're just so wholesome and hilarious, and
Yeah.
I love everything about them.
They are. They really, really are.
And finally, as far as I go news-wise, this is a little bit of spoiler news.
Ooh.
So if you don't want to hear Star Wars spoiler news, tune out.
Yes.
This is a rumor for what the title of Episode 9 will be.
Okay.
So this isn't any more than that. This is just a rumor of what Episode 9 will be.
Okay.
According to a Redditor user by the name of DavyBaby8666.
Whoa. Let's all take a moment to soak that in. Davy Baby 866.
66.
66.
Davy Baby 8666.
8666. Davy Baby 8666.
Yes.
Okay.
666, the mark of the beast.
Yes.
Hail Satan.
Yes.
Who was mining through the data on the Star Wars website.
Uh-huh.
Star Wars Episode 9 will be titled Star Wars Balance of the Force.
Okay.
It's not the greatest title, I feel like.
It's not strong,
Yeah.
but I like the zen of it. I agree. Green is the best.
Mhm.
Green and red. I'm a Christmas baby, though, so I'm a little biased. But I love the color green.
Yeah.
Green and red have been my favorite colors, and I can't decide which one I like better.
It's a tough call. It's
Yeah.
a battle royale.
It is. Speaking of battle royales, that was a great setup,
Thank
Brandon.
you.
Wow. Kind of made me hard.
I would turn away from the camera.
No, they gotta see it.
God.
Tidy's here. She wants the nudes. You don't make emotes if you don't want the nudes. Don't send her nudes. Unless she asks for them.
Yeah, I guess
There's clarification. You gotta get permission. You don't just send a random dick pic.
Just willy-nilly.
Willy.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Another
Yeah.
segue.
I know you collect them, but you have to ask for them first. Which is an interesting hobby to have. But not
collect
unheard
nudes?
of. Not unheard of. Yeah. Sorry, I have an itch in the back of my throat. It's talking about all the nudes.
Yeah. Really got me.
How's the weather in Scotland? Probably the same as it is right here, right now. Rainy.
Rainy and miserable.
Rainy and miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And slightly cold. So, speaking of battle royales, Apex Legends, the new hotness in the battle royale scene, continues to put up impressive numbers. This comes from PCGamer.com. Oh, you got some snow. Nice. It's a wee bit cold. Just slightly cold. Apex Legends continues to put up impressive numbers from 1 million players shortly after it went live to 2.5 million players in the first 24 hours, and now to 10 million players and 1 million concurrents in just 72 hours.
That's crazy.
That is an insane amount of players. It is all over Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people in Lurk Squad are playing it.
Yeah.
And Avenger Friends and GST as well. It looks fun. It looks super fun. I've got... This article was from the same site by Wes Fenlon. Even without Titans, Apex Legends is a kick-ass hero. These are two different articles, but I just highlighted a couple bits and bobs. No solos, no duos, nothing but squads of 3 picked from a pool of unique Overwatch-esque heroes, 8 at launch with more to come, with distinct abilities. This is the game Respawn's Titanfall 2 team has been working on for the past 2 years, merging what they see as the best elements of hero shooters with the hottest genre around, battle royales.
Yeah.
Look at Apex Legends cynically, and it seems to be designed by a committee. The hotness of BR, the popularity of hero characters, and a heaping helping of skins, emotes, and loot to unlock. But it's the little touches that set it apart, like a fast slide move brought over from Titanfall, a subtly brilliant ping system, and how deeply squad composition affects how you play.
Yeah.
At the basic level, this is mostly Battle Royale as you know it, made by an experienced first-person shooter team. It's free to play. Each round, there should be a comma there, 60 players drop from a ship onto a large map, gradually converging on a shrinking circle of safe space until there's only one team left alive. Matches will last about 25 minutes or so, unless you die sooner. So I didn't highlight much more. That was just kind of a brief overview of what you're looking at. But yeah, people are really, really, really enjoying it. And I have not downloaded it yet, but I might.
You should. It's not a huge file.
Yeah, and I am not good at Fortnite. I enjoy playing Fortnite with people, much in the same way as I enjoy playing Sea of Thieves with people.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a very good solo game unless you like the grind. But Apex Legends has kind of a Halo feel.
Yes, it does.
To me. And I was a huge Halo player.
I've been playing Apex Legends.
Have you?
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Mm-hmm.
So to you, since you have played it, it does have a Halo feel to you.
It has a very strong Halo feel to it.
Because you're not a big BR person anyway.
No.
Or first-person shooter for that matter.
I like first-person shooters, okay.
Yeah.
I love Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is probably my favorite game of this generation of games.
Really? See, it's so weird to hear you talk about that kind of thing because, as a rule, that's not the kind of game you play.
Yeah, typically no.
Yeah.
But Titanfall 2 was just fucking fantastic. The multiplayer was some of my favorite multiplayer I've ever played, ever. Including Halo multiplayer that we used to do where I had a blast.
Yeah.
Titanfall 2 multiplayer was...
Man, that just excites me even more. I really want to play it now.
Apex Legends doesn't carry everything over as far as Titanfall 2. There's no wall running. There's no double jumping, which were kind of staples. You had a grappling hook in Titanfall 2.
You do in this as well.
You don't have a grappling. You can't like grapple up walls and shit.
I saw somebody earlier today playing with something that was a grappling hook.
Oh, maybe a character does. I haven't played. I've stuck to the basic healer class. because I'm not super great at the shooters, so I kind of tend to stay back.
Yeah.
And then just run in and heal people when they need healed.
Yeah.
So that's been my strategy.
And then die in a healing blaze of glory.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not good at the game at all.
Yeah.
I've played in a couple squads, and they seem to be. I haven't got a good squad yet that sticks together.
Mm-hmm.
The squads that I've been in seem to kind of, even though you're in a trio, seem to kind of just go off by themselves, and I just pick a person and follow them.
Yeah. Only the robot has a grappling hook. Okay, thanks, Kilbro. Are they or you using the ping system?
Yes.
You are? Okay.
Quite a bit.
Okay, that's good. Because that's the thing that I'm interested in checking out, because I'm notorious. I'll pay attention to other people pinging, but I don't ping myself. So I don't really know how to do it. So what are you playing on?
Xbox One.
Xbox One? Okay,
yep.
Cool. Because I'll be downloading it for the computer, but I'll be using an Xbox controller to do it.
So you'll use the right bumper
to
ping something.
Okay.
And do you know what pinging does? Like, are you familiar with it?
I imagine it just drops a little, uses your reticle and drops a little location indicator on saying, hey, come here, this is what you need to do.
Yeah, you can ping locations, you can ping drops. So you can ping, like, here's some weapons over here, and your character will say something about it, like all the characters will. So
I
like,
noticed that it has
here,
a little bit of voiceover.
Stuff like that. Yeah, because you're playing hero characters, they all are fully voiced.
Okay.
You can ping enemies, so if you see an enemy in the distance, you can ping them, and then they kind of line up in red.
Yeah.
So you can see where they are.
That's cool. Yeah, I really do want to download this and give it a few matches for sure.
Yeah, you should check it out.
Get a nice little party together.
And it's supposed to be going crossplay at some point.
Oh yeah. So if I'm on a computer, I can't play with an Xbox One person?
Not currently, no.
Okay. That's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it will be crossplay eventually. They've already said that that's kind of part of the roadmap for it.
Sure. And I will post both of these articles on there for anybody interested in our show notes. I would be able to play with Tony if he played Damaged. Yeah. Speaking of Tony, do you like these?
I do.
So Tony came in the other night while I was streaming, and I was watching his stream one night, and I was fawning over his pop filters. They're little wraparound pop filters. And he has an AT2035. So the bigger brother version of this one.
Okay.
This is an AT20. AT2020. Yeah, I agree, Skeeto. I wish they would have made it cross-platform, especially between Xbox and Windows.
Yeah, to make it a Play Anywhere title.
Yeah, that would have been great to start off with. I don't know why you just wouldn't do that. But anyway, so he came into my stream the next night and gave me $20 so I could buy these.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I was joking with him. I was like, hey, man, you should totally buy me a couple of those. And I was like, I'm just kidding. Don't really. But
do.
He did. So
I'm just kidding. Wink, wink, wink.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, sign them all. Could be taken on a holiday. Candid photography.
They make the microphones look a lot fancier, that's for sure.
They do. They're very sexy. Very sleek, and we don't have big things in our faces anymore.
Yeah. I still feel like on the video I have this giant arm blocking me most of the time.
Yeah, which we can move it. We can. In fact, we can't do it right now, but we can. Yeah, I'll work on it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
So, but okay. So yeah, that's the Apex Legends news. And then my last story, I'm saving the best for last. This is the best for me.
Yeah, you're so excited about this.
Cranks me up so hard. I saw this on Twitter just earlier today. Apparently, the company Gucci came out with a sweater. And this sweater is it's a knit top. The picture that they put up, it's a full black sweater. And it's a turtleneck that you can roll the turtleneck up and create a balaclava. And for those of you who don't know what a balaclava is, it's a face protector that has a mouth slit cut into it.
Yeah.
They knitted in red lips with it. So I'm going to show you this picture because it cracks me up so hard. Everybody, all the way up to the nose. Skeeto. Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
You'll see the picture. It looks stupid.
So for those of you who will be listening, if you want to click over to the website, assuming that I can actually continue to post content, because that's a horse of a different color. I will put up the reference pictures that I'm going to show here. You won't be able to see it on YouTube, but unless you're watching the live version. But if you click through to the website, you can see the picture there. So we can see here, right up here up top. Oh, it's cutting off my hand. Right up here up top. They quickly pulled this item because, yeah, not for the price, $890 because it's fucking Gucci.
Yeah.
Because that's the only, it's fucking Gucci. You know how much that thing cost to make?
$809.
No, probably $12.
Yeah.
Of course, this was quickly pulled from their catalog because it looks like blackface.
Yes, it does.
Now, my first impression when I saw this, because I saw the story and I was like,
I love this so much.
When I saw this, my first impression was not blackface. I'm an anime fan, and even though I haven't seen this particular anime, I feel that whoever designed this was channeling Tokyo Ghoul. So for those of you who don't know Tokyo Ghoul, one of the main characters in it has a face mask, which I have on screen for the viewers now, that has bare teeth and it's like holding his lips open. So it just displays his teeth. So this is what I felt like the designer might have been going for.
Yeah.
Not blackface. But, you know, the internet will do what the internet will do. Yeah, her creeper glasses are fantastic. I met a girl recently who has frames that have one square and one circle.
Oh, that's cool.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
It's super cool. But anyway, yeah, so this cracked me up and has been cracking me up all day.
I mean, I don't know how you get so far along in development without somebody being like, sorry to interrupt here, guys, but does anybody notice that...
Are you doing, what is
it's
that?
Swedish. Gucci Swedish, right?
Okay.
Does anybody else notice that maybe it looks like blackface?
Oh,
I don't know if Gucci's Swedish or not.
I don't know what the fuck that accent was.
It was Swedish accent.
It was a Swedish accent.
Swedish accent.
Yes. It's very good Swedish accent.
Judge my accent. Judgy prick.
I have to. It's my job. No, I agree. Like, I don't know why either.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. It's a fantastic piece of internet oopsie, though.
Yeah, I agree.
100%. That it cracks me up to no end.
And it does look like the Tokyo Ghoul mask too. It definitely looks like they drew some inspiration from it.
Yeah. And I feel that that's probably what the designer was going for subtly. You know, maybe they're a closet anime freak and they don't tell anybody at Gucci, but maybe someone on the inside was working for someone else and made this. Maybe.
Yeah.
Could be. As a corporate saboteur.
A mole.
Yes. That's a real thing. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah. I just wanted to bring the enjoyment that I got out of this to all of you viewers and listeners. I would also like to know how many people bought it before it got pulled. Yeah.
Because they can't wear it now.
Well, I mean, they can.
Well, yeah, I mean, technically they can.
If they want to be terrible racists.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it does look pretty racist.
It does.
it wasn't necessarily made to be racist. I'm sure.
Oh,
I'm
no.
sure they didn't sit around saying let's make a balaclava that looks like blackface.
Yeah.
But
And I mean, if you got it, like if they just wouldn't have released the sweater in black, like if they would have done it in any other, a green one or a blue one or any other color,
or if the lips weren't red.
Yeah.
It's just the two things go together so much to make it look like blackface.
Yeah, like that is the quintessential blackface look. Dark, like midnight black face, shiny red lips.
Yeah.
That's how you make blackface, and that is considered racist.
Yes.
So any other color combination. Orange with blue lips would be an Oompa Loompa, yes. Yeah. Or green, because I think their hair was green.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but they had blue lips.
Well, oh, did they? Mm-hmm. Okay. Was it because because Willy Wonka would strangle them?
Yeah.
Why didn't you make the chocolate correctly?
You sang the song.
Sorry, I had to put on the little person voice.
Yeah.
Jesus, Ram.
Whoops.
That's just coming off of that.
You're really pulling a Gucci on
coming
this one.
off of that racism high. But yeah, anyway. It's ridiculous. I enjoyed it. That's all I have.
Yeah.
That's all you have?
That's all I
Are
have.
we done with this?
I think so.
Okay.
We wrapped up with your little person voice.
If you have any questions or comments that you'd like to hear yourself on air, you can call us at 978-DU-OGRES. That's 978-386-4737. You can also reach us on Twitter at Dueling Ogres, email us at duelingogres@gmail.com, or leave a comment on the Facebook or even on Twitter. Just make sure to tag me with an at Dueling Ogres. That way I can remember it. That's the thing. You can respond on the episode, but make sure that I get tagged.
Yeah.
Because I am watching Twitter better than I was before. Because I do a lot of it on Merc Squad.
Okay.
So I get the notifications a little bit better now. But like these nice people on Facebook, Brandon?
We had 2 comments this week.
Okay.
First comment is from the reliable Viscount Terry W. Irvin II, who says, I think holodecks, like in Star Trek, would have an easier time with sight, sound, and smell. Touch and taste, those would be the biggest challenge. If video games can be addictive, holodecks would be infinitely more so.
Yeah, and they explored that several times in the Star Trek series.
Yeah.
Holodeck addiction. It's a real medical thing in the Star Trek universe.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our other comment is from the Diamond Man, Stephen Hines, who says, my wife is a Cowboy Bebop fanatic. She says that Radical Edward is her inner child.
Yeah.
Of course, the live-action version has her excited. I think Joss Whedon should direct it since he borrowed heavily from Bebop for Firefly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I could definitely see that.
Oh, absolutely.
Missy's also hopeful that Keanu plays Spike since she thinks he's hot.
That's fair. Keanu is a good-looking man. I don't know why you're still looking at me. That statement is finished.
That is a period at the end of that sentence.
Make sure to subscribe on our website, duelingogres.com, for news, shows, and articles pertaining to some of your favorite geek news. If you are... He is what? He is hot. Yes, he is hot. He is hot.
He's an attractive man.
Look at the pop filters. I pointed them out. Tony. I thanked you for them, but you weren't here yet. It's Tony. And finally, be sure to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes if you listen through iTunes, because that helps to boost us higher on the Cool Kids list. I genuinely don't care if you leave a review on iHeartRadio or Spotify or... I do want you to leave them on YouTube if you're watching us on YouTube. Drop the little thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and all the other bullshit that other YouTubers say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we potentially might be on Pandora soon.
Yes, if they approve us.
I'd be surprised if they actually approve us, but...
Oh, yeah, I will be, because podcasts Pandora are new. So they're dipping their big toe into the water of podcasts by basically only approving bigger podcasts.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. Just if you're gonna crack the floodgate, you might as well open it up. because all of it is 99% of your podcasts are produced by individuals. So if you get a complaint about it, just fucking kick them off. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know? And if they're gonna find these smaller person contents, Tony, thank you for the host. You beautiful fat piece of shit.
Wow.
That's how we talk to each other. It's love.
Oh, okay.
It's love. He takes his host back. And it does an auto shout out, which I set up. I'm very happy.
That's
about
cool.
That. Yeah. So did it auto shout out bye Stupa Beach? That's what he calls people.
Yeah.
Stupa Beach. I don't remember what I was saying. Doesn't really matter.
Pandora pulling podcasts off.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see. It's dumb.
Yeah. So open the floodgates, Pandora. Let all of the stupid beaches onto your platform. It's just one more way for us to get out there and infect people's nerd holes with the virus that is Dueling Ogres.
I don't like that at all.
Too bad. So until next week, Ogres, keep your clubs blunt.
And your tusks sharp.
Good night. And everybody who is live, stick around for a minute and I will find somebody to rad.
Somebody to rad.
Don't you want somebody to raid? Don't you need somebody to raid?
So you can just play trailers on Twitch?
Yeah.
Are they just that more open than...
Well, I mean, if there is music that is copywritten, they'll just block that content in the video. But they won't block the video.
Do they still do it in chunks of like half an hour?
No, it's just where it recognizes the content a little bit before and a little bit after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty good. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, The Real Fat Tony, for the host. Thank you, Kilbra, for the cheer and the raid. Thank you, Snowball Friend, for the follow, and Zero and Chillin' for the biddies. Very much appreciated. And we will see who is live. That could be a
Patreon thing?
Yeah.
Got that song stuck in my head. You want somebody to love.
I hate balloons so much, man. So much. Hey, what's up, Agent Smithy? All right, let's try to do... I'm trying to do a solo squad.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, since Twisted XO was the first person to jump in and say hey and how's it going and checking in on us. We are going to raid him. He is part of the GST community. So I haven't raided one of them in a while since I'm not super active in that community. But we're going to drop in. Make sure to drop some raid icons and some raid love. And make it a party, an ogre party. All right. Bye, everybody. Love you.
Thank you.
Peace.
Next ring's far.
Oh shit, came up behind. I bet. Yo, Dueling Ogres with the raid for the party of 4. Appreciate it, man. Host for 17 viewers. I hope everyone's having a great night. You guys are getting me, watching me touch this damn game for the first time ever. Hope you guys had a great stream dueling. Yeah. Woo woo! How's it going, Dueling Ogres? How are you today, buddy? Ooh, it's so hot. I gotta roll up my pants. It's lovely. Hey, it just started, really. Just touched Apex Legends for the first time. Sweet little virgin. Ah, no problem, buddy. I was doing some stuff around the house. Sorry I couldn't stop by and chat. Making sure I had everything ready. Make sure little man was good, you know. That type of shit. Now we just relax and playing some games.